Welcome to the TDC Today Show communities. My name is Sue Roscoff. The Disability Channel is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, showcasing abilities. TDC provides digital media production, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. It's through media, training, and community partnerships that we create opportunities where we champion inclusion and truly make a difference for everybody. Joining me today as co host is Michael Martin Hummel, a writer, speaker, and podcaster dedicated to bridging the gap between disabled and able bodied communities. Michael, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. And I know you've had recently had one of your wonderful events, and you've got your date set for the next. You want to remind everybody what that's all about?
I do once a month. I have speakers speak on a different theme for disabilities, and this theme is autism, and it is on April 25th.
Excellent. So, stories of diversity, and the next topic being autism on April 25th. And I
Yeah,
know you just had an event recently as well. What was that
that,
topic again?
that theme was neuromuscular disorders. So
Excellent. And I
basically,
know,
I had a couple people who are diagnosed with ALS.
oh,
and
interesting.
and a spattering of others. But th- the two that were most prominent that I knew about were ALS.
Excellent. And what a great opportunity to learn and find out insights as to what that all is. Because until you know somebody, or until you have a reason to have encountered a particular topic, whatever that is, with what you're providing there with the stories of diversity, you really get a chance to find out from somebody with with personal experience like that what it means and what is this? And I really am applauding you and all the great things that you're doing with creating this opportunity and that space for that to happen.
Thank you.
So
I'm enjoying it.
excellent. All right. So again, April 25th is when that next event is taking place with the topic of autism. So I think we've got some friends that will need to connect with you and see what they can do to join in with what's all happening there.
Okay. That sounds good.
And we have a longtime friend and a friend of the show has been with us before, joining us tonight. The one and only Stan Anderson is here, and I am so excited to have a chance to catch up again with Stan. And wonder if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and remind everybody about how it is that we all connected and what you do every day. Oh, well, 5 days a week, and how you are creating this amazing community that really is a treasure that of what you've all created. And I'll go ahead and turn it over to you. Go ahead, Stan.
Well, Sue, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and it's nice to be here. Thank you all. The name of our family, our organization is Motivation Readers Mastermind Network. Big name, right? But what we do, we have a mission, and our mission is to encourage, inspire, and empower millions of people around the world to believe in and develop their unlimited potential and to courageously pursue their cherished dream. And the way we do this is that we have a morning live reading and discussion Tuesday through Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we read one of the best motivational and inspirational books, the classics that really help to remind us of who we are, what we are capable of achieving. And we read a book when we choose one. We're currently reading our newest book, and we just started it on yesterday. So if you guys want to join us in the morning for a powerful motivational reading and then discussion about what we've just read in order to help us reach our goals, it's a good platform to set you off in the morning after your prayers or whatever else you've done so that you start with the right mindset and knowing that you're able to reach your goals and encouraging you to do that. So we just started reading our current book, and when we read a book, we read it from the cover to cover. over however many days it takes us to do it. We only read to you live. Someone is reading to you at one of our masterminds is reading to you live for about the first 15 minutes of our program. Then we open it up for discussion on what was just read and how we can use that to reach our goals. And we got people that call on in. So we had the great pleasure of having Mastermind Kurt and Mastermind Sue be two of our great members and part of our family that are on our readings quite often and sharing. It really is inspiring and motivating to come into this type of family and environment. So I've put some information here in the chat room for you where you can connect with us if you have the time any Tuesday through Saturday morning at 8 a.m. We're on from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's a powerfully positive way to start your day. You'll also hear some of the greatest books being read to you live and discussing them if you haven't had an opportunity to read them on your own, or if you have and you want to kind of refresh them. Then on Wednesday nights, we do our best, and most of the times we do. We have a guest speaker that represents some of the principles that we have read about. And we have a definition of success. And that definition is if you are following your heart's desire, if you are doing that you have deliberately decided to do from your heart, then you are a successful person. And tonight we were listening to Earl Nightingale. He has a great definition of success, and it's that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And we believe that. We believe in success. So I think you'll enjoy our program if you get the opportunity to check us out. It's in the chat room now. Thank you for that time, Sue. I know it was long, but thank you
No,
so much for that. I appreciate it.
it's perfect because it truly is a very welcoming community. It's something that I gotta say, I've been impressed since day one that people give of themselves. They share their thoughts. They give feedback. There's when you talk about a mastermind group, that's really it's what this is. And it's I haven't had many experiences with that type of a group in the past, and that's why I say this is a very unique group that is wonderfully led by you. You keep people on task to keep things moving along, which I think is important with a group like this because it's so easy to get caught in discussion as there's so much excitement with what is being talked about. People are passionate about improving and growing and
So,
where do you find that? That's not something that's that common to find a group that truly has that type of motivation for that. And I high praise for
well,
what
I
this group
thank you.
all offers and it's wonderful.
Well, and Mastermind Kirk have been a wonderful addition to the family, and I want you to know what you brought to it. It's meant a lot to us to bring people of your caliber, with your kind of mind and your kind of heart for service, and you don't just have a heart for it. I mean, you guys are doing it. So thank you so much, and for inviting me to this platform. And nice to meet you again, Michael. Also, thank you.
Excellent. Well, and I know Kurt is here in the background. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in to chime in and add his 2 cents worth as well. Hey, Kurt, how you doing?
Here you go. Open the door at your own risk. I've now come through. So yeah, there's a practice here of personal magnetism, and it really catalyzed a handful of years ago through the Happy Neighborhood Project.
Oh, HNP.
One of the mentors from the Happy Neighborhood Project is Mark Ham.
Mark Ham.
And, Mark Ham
The
told me a few
Nexus
years
there.
ago that he was speaking at the Daily Huddle. So
Mm,
I go to check out Mark Ham at the Daily Huddle, and I land in the thing like, wow, this is a good program. I think I'm going to come and participate even beyond the Mark Ham presentation. I
mm.
kept going. I made it a practice. And then there's another contact from the Happy Neighbor Project, another happy neighbor, Harumi Anderson.
Yeah,
So
Haroon.
at the Daily Huddle, Harumi
Yeah,
was good to share that she enjoys the Motivation Readers Mastermind Network. So I'm like, oh, well, if Harumi recommends this thing, I'll go check that out. So that created the beginnings that I met this character we got here today, Stan Anderson, and then that program, and then the Open Mind, and yeah, it's been a great addition to our practices, and I'll say as I listened to Earl Nightingale today, um, it brought to mind the reflection on, how it does matter who you hang with.
Mm,
The company you keep does matter, and and it also matters, how you know, treat the company that is available to you. I think that's a little bit of where a lot of advocacy comes from is underestimating the person and the people in front of you.
mm,
Because like in business, they teach us to have an avatar these days. What's the avatar of your ideal client and such like that. And in sales, it's like, you're looking for qualified prospects. Well, what's part of qualified prospects is that they can afford what you
mm,
have to sell. Do they have the ability to pay?
mhm,
And so through this practice of discrimination, we kind of say, well, these people aren't as much the people that we're looking for, and we're gravitating, to another person. So we're always bypassing that person that the universe is otherwise naturally brought before us. And this is something that's been accentuated in my experiences of the last 10 years. We had on our radio show prior to this show, ACAP, Adaptive Community Approach Program. And that was an interesting self-examination for me, folks, because I hung with those folks for um, over 20 years, and always hearing like, oh, it's like their favorite day of the year. I mean, it's like people were saying stuff like we're greater than Christmas type of stuff. Like
Going
I'm like,
water
oh wow.
skiing.
Yeah, which is
mhm,
water skiing. So the idea is that was the habit, is to see those folks once a year and make it a great thing once a year. But then there became a disruption that we met an exceptional character, a self-advocate, a public speaker, running a couple businesses, DJ business and website design, and through him really welcoming us into his life. And Sue actually had lunch with him today.
Got to
Oh,
see him just today.
Yeah.
was that was with Mark Ham?
No, no, not with
Oh,
Mark
no,
Ham.
oh,
This is
oh,
Chad. This is Chad Murphy
that was
Price.
Chad. Okay, okay, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Uh-huh.
yeah. So we're talking about Chad now.
Hmm.
So he really, I already was working towards this way because I was participating in disability advocacy, and that's why I met Chad, because I went to a legislative breakfast with a group called People Can't Wait. Well, Chad was a participant of that advocacy, and so we have fun with Chad, and we say, and then it all goes downhill from there. you know, but it really was the realization how much I was not you know, leaving the space, like with Earl Nightingale, we're talking about, two seeds, one that's poison and one that's corn seed. But,
Hmm.
but Earl didn't go into the part where you have to presume in his example that the soil is there ready for the seed. Because if you put
Okay,
those seeds
okay.
on concrete,
Hmm.
how well are those seeds going to grow? So
Hmm.
that's a little bit about the journey of life. It is we have the ability, if we want to give the space to others to plant their seed in our soil, we can do that. And we basically manicure it the way we want. If we want to put concrete in front of somebody and not make it practical for them to plant the seed in our soil, we put other people up against that. So
Hmm.
that's a little bit, but he did, Earl Nightingale in the story we heard tonight did talk about that mutual aid, that mutual benefit. Today they might talk about interdependency and stuff like that, reciprocity. There is that aspect. And so I would say that, finding the disability channel. Earl talked about the idea of, having that thought and picturing the thought and saying you can do it.
Hmm.
Well, I sought out 7 years ago to bring an event that Sue and I created together called Ability Fest to the grounds of the world's largest music festival in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a 75-acre property called the Henry Meyer Festival Grounds, operated by Milwaukee World Festival Inc. Just think of what that is. So they're basically partnered with us, for the future of that. And it's through creating that event, working on that event, that we met the Disability Channel. Now, the story continues that through the work in TV with the Disability Channel, the founder of the Disability Channel is having tremendous success in a partnered um, show that he has taken on with a friend through the work of the Disability Channel, Bilal. I'm showing you Bilal's wall of shame here, but I'll take you back to the homepage. And this show is called the Honest John Podcast. I just want to premiere that real quickly because I'm on the board of a couple of these groups, Nonprofit TV Network and On the Mark TV. I serve on the board for those programs. And look at what this is doing. We have Easy Way TV out there, so on and so forth. This is opening up a lot of doors. Look at this, a news outlet called RGM News. One thing after another just keeps on coming because Sue and I walked through that door of saying that everybody matters.
Mm.
That's what this is all about. Sue, back to you.
It's, it's amazing when you really take a moment and look around at the community. Like truly, the community is it's kind of what you make it to be, right? If you are looking, like when we were talking about ACAP earlier, the community that organization has created is unlike any other that I've seen. They are solid in what they do. They are very, very good at it. They're so inclusive, so outward thinking and focused. They're doing wonderful things. Here with what Stan has created and is doing with the Mastermind Network, it's a great community. There are so many great things happening there, and through the Disability Channel and the creating the Today Show communities, and to be able to celebrate the community that's created, there are so many out there that can be highlighted and praised because there are such good things happening. And but before I forget about this part, I do want to highlight one more thing with Stan, because I know he actually is an amazing author as well. And I just wanted to touch base. I haven't asked him for a very long time. Have you been writing more poetry recently, or is that something that you're taking a little break from, or
Well,
how's that all going?
actually, I did write one more recently. Uh, I did write a poem more recently, and it's actually one. In most of the poems that I've written, I've committed to memory, but this particular one, I hadn't committed it to memory yet. So I don't. Tonight, um, I'd have to go in and go into my computer file and pull it up and bring it back so I could remember it exactly. But I always like to write motivational, kind of inspirational, yeah, uh, poetry. So I have written one recently. But I promise you, when I come on again, probably next week, if you don't mind, I could bring it to you then, if you didn't mind.
I would love that.
Unless there was something specific that you remember before you wanted me to say that I do remember off the top of my head, you know.
Well, if do you have a favorite that you would like to share?
Um, um,
I mean, I will leave it completely to you. I totally threw you at the spot here, but I would be happy to do this next week too.
um, well, this one is a little different. I'm not sure it always gets the right response, but the reason why I wrote this one is for us to challenge and stand up to our fears, right? Because Creator didn't give us a spirit of fear. So whenever we are in a fearful state, I mean, unless it's truly about self-protection, unless we're in a spirit of fear, is really not something that is natural for us to have. It's something our mind is in the wrong place, right? And we need to go ahead and step on out in spite of our fears because they really are like ghosts and like mist. When we see them in front of us and we decide to walk on to them, we find out we can walk right through them, right? That's what our fears are really like. They're like mist, like mist, and we can pass right through them. So this one's called fear. I haunt the weak. I taunt the strong. I make the good seem short, but the bad seem long. And I make look far what's really near. And all who know me call me fear. I've caused to fall empires great. I brought the rich to low estate. I've blinded minds once sharp and clear. Both young and old know the name of fear. Much power to me the unwise give, for they make me noun and adjective in sentences where I stealthily walk, influencing all of their self-talk. Men try to front, but just to the rear I stand, the demon men call fear. But if folk only knew I have no real power, I'd be dethroned this very hour. For the only thing I can really do is make folk doubt what they should hold true. But nearly every child of the Most High God, you, Sue, you, Kurt, who the very universe doth revere, bow down as servants and kneel at the feet of me, the king call fear.
Wow.
Now, of course,
I
you don't
love
really.
that.
I don't really mean you not you bow down or you, Kurt.
No,
You really
that's
don't.
impressive. I absolutely love that.
Oh, you do? Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you for sharing. Oh,
You're welcome.
amazing. I'm so glad I asked because I know you've shared some poetry with us before, and you always blow me away. So I thank
I
you.
didn't know if I had shared that one before. I think I did.
I'm
You recall
trying
me
to.
sharing that one, Kurt? You recall me saying that one before?
Well, at Open Mind or something, you shared it.
I
I
think
don't
I
think you
did. Yeah.
brought that here to our platform, but on
Oh,
your
okay.
platform, you shared it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always a little concerned one time because I did it one time at a school event. And the guy came up to me afterwards. He said, "Man, I didn't know where you were going with that." He said, "I'm really glad you turned that around at the end." But overall, he didn't seem too impressed.
Maybe
Oh,
he's a little too close to that fear or something
yeah,
there. You really hit
yeah.
off.
Overall, I've always wondered, do people really get it for what I really mean it to be? Or do they, am I really glorifying fear? I kind of like want them to not glorify it. But this guy always made me wonder. He said, did they kind of walk away with it the wrong way?
No,
He's like, yeah, he searched me down. He said, "Hey, I didn't know where you were going with that poem, man." He said, "But I'm sure glad you turned it around." And that was all he said. And he walked away.
oh my goodness. You struck a nerve. That's good.
Yeah. So I was like always wondering, like, do people really like that?
I love it. It's there's so many bits of gold in there. So thank you.
Thank you. Mike, we lost you for a moment, right?
Yes, I don't know what happened.
Oh,
All
okay.
good. So I do want to just take a moment, go around and get some final thoughts from everybody for today, because truly what a great community we have here. Michael, I'll throw it your way first. Any final thoughts?
I just wanted to talk about how I'm glad that I got to know Stan, all at least meet Stan a little bit,
Right,
and
right.
we do need to talk more
Okay,
because
man.
I'd
I
like
love
to
it.
get to know him.
Yeah, I love it, man. Love it. Yeah. If you ever got anything you want to come to our platform and share with our people, man, feel free. Yeah. But thank you, Sue. And thank you, Kirk, for this opportunity. I'm gonna come to hang out with you guys a little bit more and bringing some more people over, and us, hang out a bit and meet more people and expand ourselves through this love. Thank you for this space.
Absolutely. I know. And we've had over the course of time here, there's been quite a few that come from the open mind and joined
Yeah,
us
yeah,
here.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite and thank you for keeping it. Thank you for keeping it, as a place where people can come. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you very much, Stan. And
Mike,
Kurt,
nice
final
meeting
word.
you, man.
Good to see you.
Excellent. So pass it over to you, Kurt.
All right, so Sue, I'm glad you brought up about Stan's role as an author because that is a space I'm diving into more and more as time goes by. Here with the work we do at this show, the Today Show communities, we're directly referring to constantly television for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Radio we talk about we do prior to this show, and then we're also simulcasting on podcasts. So. But one of the um, elements of media that we're going to dive into pretty strong is authoring. There is an event on April 9th. It's at 12 Eastern, a live webinar Q&A session. Uh, these presenters are talking about the 7 hidden traps that sink book launches and how to avoid them. So we're going
Okay.
to dive in. We're going to see how many people we can empower to get their genius and their expertise out in the world of books. Now, Karen here is coach towards this, and we do know in networking there are a lot of other coaches. So if you have different coaches that come into this realm as well, please do send them our way. But for the time being, this is from a meeting I had earlier today, an invite on April 9th, and go ahead and contact Sue and me if that is something you're interested in, or catch the link 90-day book launch blueprint.com/7 hidden traps.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, just contact us here at the Disability Channel. My phone number is 262-372-1754. Kurt, Kurt, at nonprofitmediasolutions.com.
Excellent. And I do want to also say a big thank you to Project Diehard this morning. It's the first Wednesday of the month. So they're always having a breakfast at the IHOP in Paducah, Kentucky
Oh,
for our veterans and for friends of veterans. But the vets, they actually get to come and eat for free. So that is something that is an outreach program that is in the community there in Paducah. Again, it's at the IHOP the first Wednesday of the month, and word was that we had 40 individuals that came today, 40 veterans that came, and
wow.
5 of
Nice.
them were first timers. So brand new, first time ever making it to there. I'm so excited that we had such a
Nice.
good turnout. I'm still looking forward to the day that they fill the IHOP with all veterans and friends of the vets. So it's coming. But that's quite a showing there. I appreciate what they're all doing and Brian being there with Project Die Hard and making that happen. And there are some big events coming up with Project Die Hard. I'm going to mention here because part of why I mentioned this is Project Die Hard is an organization that's all about our veterans, providing hope to vets. And the biggest reason why it exists is because the whole concept of suicide among our veteran population is ridiculous.
Wow.
It's massive, and we got to do something about it. And Brian said, "Yep, we got to do something about this." I mean, he's the guy behind it all. And if you want to know his story, come join us some night on Monday nights because we do Project Die Hard Mission Monday update every Monday night, and we share out what's going on with Project Die Hard. And one of the things that is a big deal right now is volunteers. We don't have enough. We need people to step up and lend a hand so we can actually make all the things happen that need to happen. In Macanda, Illinois, there's a property that was donated years ago to the organization, and we need to get that renovated and ready for vets to be able to be there physically and to help them out when they need that help. But that takes time and that takes money and volunteers. And the biggest thing right now is volunteers because we have 3 big events coming up in the next couple months. Tater Day in Benton, Kentucky is a big festival. Set up for that is actually this Friday and runs through the weekend. That's definitely one where additional hands would be helpful because I know the organization donated I believe they donated the spot and it's right in the main walkway area. So there's going to be thousands of people that will be introduced to Project Die Hard this weekend. Also, April 17th and 18th, the military expo that takes place at Discovery Park of America in Tennessee. April 17th and 18th, we have a table there as well. And last but not least, the big one is happening on let me think here. May, I thought that one was on my screen and it's not, so pardon me for having a mind melt for just a moment. Kurt, help me out. Operation Big Things is May, what is the date? 23rd? I don't want to say the wrong date. I believe that's on May 23rd in Illinois. That is at the Southpaw Bar and Grill. They have allowed us to be in their massive space where there's going to be all sorts of organizations there, all veteran related and supporting our vets. And again, we can't do this with just the couple of us that are volunteering currently. We need some more hands to come on in and join this effort. And it is such a worthwhile effort. So please consider that. Look us up. Project Die Hard is on Facebook. We're on YouTube. You can find us in all sorts of places. And also, projectdiehard.org is the website. I have an email address with them, susan@projectdiehard.org. Reach me. I'll connect you with whatever you would like to do, however that looks. But we always ask, pray for us, share the mission, volunteer, patron. We do need all those things, but in that order. So please consider what you can do to make a difference, because it's so easy to make a difference. You just got to have that piece inside of you that says, yeah, I can do something. So, but with that, that's again, an amazing community. I love the community that comes together here each week. It's a different group every week that we get to highlight, and I am so incredibly happy to to have Stan here, Michael as always, and actually I see Kurt just popped in the chat here, a phrase that comes from the ambassador of joy, Barry Shore himself. He says, go mad, MAD, make a difference. That is your call today, is to go mad, make a difference out there. And as always, from all of us here with the Disability Channel and the Today Show communities, we thank you.